Hello friends, and welcome back for week 10 of our Heirloom Afghan crochet. This is our tutorial for our next stitch that we will be doing for this really beautiful offset cluster. I think because last week we did our square and we called it our honeycomb square. Let me show you that here. See all of our pretty little honeycombs. I think it's only fitting that we call this stitch the beehive. Look at all these pretty little beehives that we have forming here on our square. I've already done the first 3 rows, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do these beautiful offset clusters. So anytime we get to the end of a row where we're going to work our clusters, we are going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and turn our work. And it's important to note that this chain 3 is now going to count as a double crochet as we work across. Now, according to our pattern, we're going to double crochet in the very next double crochet, which will be right here. It's going to yarn over, go into our stitch indicated, making sure we get both the front loop and the back loop. Yarn over, pull through. We have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and we've completed essentially our second double crochet of our pattern. This counts as our first. So now we're going to chain 1. We're going to skip this next double crochet, and we're going to place a double crochet in the very next double crochet. So skipping this one, we'll be going into here. We're going to yarn over, go into our stitch, grabbing our yarn, pulling it back through. We have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, this is where we're going to learn about our cluster stitch. This one is fun. We're going to be working around the post of this very last, let me take my hook out. We're going to be working around this post of this double crochet that we just finished, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working a series of stitches that will just work its way up this stitch as we work around the post. We're not going to go into the stitch at all, we're going to be working around it. So with our hook back on, we're going to work our cluster in this fashion. Just like we start for a double crochet, we're going to yarn over, and instead of going into a stitch, we're going to go around that post. So we're going to go from the front towards the back and just come back up and grab our yarn and pull it through. We have 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over, and we're only going to pull through 2. So we've got 2 loops on our hook. We're going to do that again. We're going to yarn over, go around that post, grabbing our yarn and pulling back through, yarn over and pull through 2 loops only on the hook. We have 3 loops on our hook now. Do it again. Yarn over, wrap around that post, grab our yarn and pull it through, yarn over, pull through 2. We have 4 loops on our hook. We've done this motion now 3 times. We want to do it a total of 5 times. So yarn over, going around our post, grabbing our yarn and pulling it back through, yarn over, pull through 2. We now have 5 loops on our hook, and we need to repeat this one more time. Yarn over, around our post, grabbing our yarn and pulling it through, yarn over, pull through 2. We now have 6 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over now because we've done this 5 times, and we're going to pull our yarn all the way through, making all 6 of those loops fall off of our hook, and we've got this beautiful cluster here, and it's almost got like a little offset zigzag pattern. Very, very pretty. We're going to chain 1 to lock it in place, and we're going to skip the next double crochet right here. We're going to skip that one. We're going to do a double crochet in the next one, as well as the next one, And one more time, the next double crochet over, we will complete a double crochet. So let's look at the pattern we've got here. The beginning of our row, we're going to have 2 double crochets, a chain. We're going to work a double crochet and then work our cluster around that double crochet. We're going to chain 1 to close that cluster, skip a double crochet, and then complete 3 double crochets over the next 3 stitches. And we're going to get this beautiful cluster, and our clusters will not be offset. The cluster itself is offset. That's why it's called an offset cluster. But they're going to be stacked right on top of each other as we build our square. Well, now that we've completed these 3 double crochet, let's chain 1. And we're going to skip the next double crochet right here. And we're going to double crochet in the very next double crochet right there. And we've got this 1 double crochet sitting out here all by itself, and this is the one we're going to work the cluster around. We're going to, remember, work in a series of 5 times around this post to create our cluster. So let's do that again. We're going to wrap our yarn around our hook, go in from the front to the back of that post, grab our yarn and pull it through, yarn over, pull through 2. That's the first time we've done it. We've got 2 loops on our hook. Yarn over, around our post, grabbing our yarn and pulling it back through, yarn over, pull through 2. We have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, going around that post and grabbing our yarn and pulling it back through, yarn over, pull through 2 only, and we've got 4 loops on our hook. We're going to do this 2 more times. There's 1, and there's 2. And we have 6 loops on our hook. So we've completed that action 5 times now. We're going to wrap our yarn around our hook and pull it through all 6 loops on our hook so they fall off right there. And we're going to chain 1 to lock our cluster into place. We're going to skip the next stitch and then do 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 double crochet. And there we have another cluster. For our tutorial today, I'm going to go ahead and work to the end of the row, and then I'll show you how we work our row back to set us up to continue the block that we will be doing later in the week. When we get to the end of our row here, we're going to skip this first stitch, complete a double crochet in our last double crochet that we worked, and a double crochet in the top of our chain 3 because that counted as a double crochet. So when we get done with our row of our little beehives, we will have 4 of them. with a series of chains and 3 double crochets in the middle, chains and 2 double crochet here at the end. Let me show you how to work across here, and I want you to practice this until we get together next week for our full tutorial. To work the next row, we're going to chain 3 and turn our work. Remember, this counted as a double crochet. We're going to double crochet in our next double crochet. We're going to double crochet in this chain 1 space that we created right here. We're going to place a double crochet in the top of our cluster. So if you turn your work over, you can see there's 2 little V's here to choose from. Pick the bigger V. Do you see this larger V right here? Do a double crochet in that stitch, grabbing both the front loop and the back loop. And then place a double crochet in the next chain 1 space. And then 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 double crochet. And you're going to continue this across, working in the chain 1 spaces, working 1 just in the very top of our cluster, and working 1 in each of the 3 double crochets. So these are all double crochets. So again, we're going to work a double crochet in this chain 1 space, not the chain 1, but in the chain 1 space. Work a double crochet in the top of your cluster. Work a double crochet in your next chain 1 space. And work a double crochet in each of the next 3 double crochet. And I'm going to continue this to the very end of our row. And as we get to the end here, we're going to double crochet in that last chain 1 space, double crochet in our last double crochet, and double crochet in the chain 3 that counted as a first double crochet. All right, friends, here are our offset clusters. Like I said, I think they look like little beehives, and how appropriate that we continue on with our farm theme for our Heirloom Afghan crochet along. We had honeycombs last week, we've had cabbages in Mr. McGregor's garden, and now we have these beautiful beehives. So practice this as much as you need to in preparation for when we complete our entire block for our crochet along. You can rewind, pause, take your time learning to do this because we've got a few days. Until I see you when we get together for our crochet along, take care of yourself, take care of each other, have a blessed day, and I'll see you later in the week. Bye-bye.